to kind of transition into something a little lighter, right? Um, Now I've been on a little bit of a quest to open myself up emotionally more. This is a conversation that we've had in the past to get our listeners up to speed. Being emotionally open is one of the things that I've been kind of lacking on over the past couple of years of my life, and through me meditating over the past couple of months, I've been able to figure that out as a whole that I have as far as my ability to connect with other people and truly open up to experiences that could be great for me. And they've been proven pretty fruitful so far. I've rediscovered my love of dancing. I've rediscovered my love of eating food, because those are two very emotionally driven things. And those are kind of things that I like numbed out in the past. Now, my question to you is, right, what is the best type of cookie? Okay. Now, there's obviously a lot of variants. There's a lot of ingredients you can kind of throw into it. But in your opinion, hey, what's up, doggy?
But, you can actually see him.
Yeah. Doggo. But in your opinion, what is the best flavor, I guess, of cookie? Or if you can't give me one, can you give me like a top 3?
So I'm gonna give you 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 2, and really a big part of that reason is you may remember, viewers or listeners wouldn't know, but I am not really a sweets person. Really, I'm I'm just, it's spicy food and things that are probably bad for your health, which tends to be a lot of fried stuff. But if I were eating cookies, which does not happen often, it tends to usually be a chocolate chip cookie. It's very basic, very, very standard. But when I have that, and usually I prefer to have it with some milk.
Like what flavor of milk? Just like plain white
just
milk?
Just plain milk.
Okay.
It's more for having the whole thing together.
Are these cookies warm? Are they cold? Are they Chips Ahoy? Are they?
They could be anywhere in between. Really, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It just needs to be
lukewarm
the cookie with the chocolate and the milk, and then kind of it going together. It's the whole thing together.
Do you dip the cookies in the milk, or do you take a bite of the cookie and then drink the milk?
So I dip, if I can, I dip the cookie in the milk until it is soaked thoroughly.
So the damn cookie falling apart in the milk.
It should not fall apart in the milk, but it should be right before that. It should be right before that.
So like right at the precipice of disintegrating in the milk.
Right. And then that goes, then I take the bite, and then I probably usually still take a drink of the milk. The other cookie, which I will have without milk, so that's why it also stands out, is if you've ever gone into one of the Mexican bakeries, there's a cookie. It's literally just really a vanilla cookie.
Well, okay. Sorry to kind of interrupt you, but I don't know if you remember when I pulled up a bakery when we were on a Skype call, and it was like, I forget the name of it. It was a bakery that's in New York, right?
Oh, what was the name of it?
Begins with a B. I think it was BIG, Big Booty Bakery.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Big Booty Bakery, which was
that supposedly had.
Right, that had.
I don't know if they define it as just Latin or Hispanic inspired or some kind of.
Yeah, a like Hispanic inspired bakery, of which I showed you pictures, and you were like, none of that is.
Yeah,
is actual.
No, no, it wasn't inspired. It was just like Hispanic or Latin bakery. I remember
Okay.
because I was like, maybe it's inspired. I can kind of see the shapes, but no, no, no. Yeah, but if you've ever like walked into one of the Hispanic bakeries or the Mexican bakeries, really, and any listener who is Hispanic will know it because it's the same fucking cookie in every single one. It's literally one for just children, but it's a vanilla cookie and it has a whole bunch of sprinkles on it. Now they're not the long sprinkles like on us. They're the little ball ones, um, in the different colors, all on top of the cookie.
Uh-huh.
It's not like scattered. It's literally the top part is just covered in sprinkles. Um, that is one that I will have without milk. Again, it's not often, but that's one I'll have. I think the Hispanic one or the Mexican one is really just because there's also a lot of nostalgia in there and nice memories.
Mm-hmm.
And I do like I enjoy the cookie, but all the other stuff in there, and the chocolate one just because it's a combination.
Well, look. I will say that I do agree with you, right? I think that my number one cookie right now is a nice, warm, like fresh bakery chocolate chip cookie.
Mm.
I think that shit is orgasmic. Now, again, previously, before emotionally opening myself up to be able to, experience like what it can really offer me, right? Um, so, as a testament to it, like I was having a bad day 2 days ago, and I went to Meyer and I picked up like a bin of chocolate chip cookies that were like fresh baked from the bakery, right?
Mm.
Came home, put two in the microwave, warmed them up to where it was like one of those like commercials where like you pull the cookie apart and the chocolate is like melting in between.
Yeah.
Right. It was one of those kind of situations. And came back, sat down. I have milk in the fridge. For those of you that don't know, I am lactose intolerant. It is one of my flaws that I have as a person. but my lactated milk, which is overly expensive, which I'll rant on later podcasts for sure, because it's exploitation of something I can't control, and it's utterly fucking ridiculous how much money they're getting away with charging people. But I digress. I had a nice cup of ice cold water, which is a close second to milk, as far as consuming sweet stuff with, and that cookie like genuinely made me feel happy. Like it took my mood and was like, nah, bruh, we going the other way with this, and just took my shit straight from sad to happy in a matter of two warm, freshly baked cookies. It was crazy. But yeah, I think that top of the mountain is top of the mountain, man. King of the peak is warm, gently pulled apart chocolate chip cookies.
I will say this. When you asked at some point about whether it was warm or whether it's hard, chewy, and all this stuff,
right.
I really don't have a preference. I've also never gone as far as to stick a cookie into the microwave, so maybe it would significantly increase
your experience. Yeah.
But I've never done it. The one thing I do know about that is there was a particular point in time where I was helping out with a bake sale for church, and I made cookies. Mm-hmm. The cookies were a little bit harder. Now that listeners at some point or our friends would probably be like, "Well, you messed this up. You could have done this." Well, I didn't. So they were a bit harder, but they were still just actual cookies. But no one ever complains about Chips Ahoy. About them being hard.
Right. Yeah, I was going to bring that up, but go on.
They only complain if it's like homemade cookies that are hard, which I have a fundamental problem with. Because I clearly showed so much more devotion and care than Chips Ahoy.
Okay, so you just felt personally attacked.
In that particular, I remember this at anytime cookies are brought up, or like the idea of baking cookies are brought up. I have, for the most part, let it go. But in that particular moment, I did just feel personally attacked.
I mean, I was gonna bring up that exact point, right? As far as uh, the kind of chocolate chip cookies I'm talking about is not, Chips Ahoy or Famous Amos or um, it's the one with the like elves, bro.
Oh, dude, I don't know their names. I
Well,
don't know the names
that's
of that brand.
tragic.
People will know which one we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, yeah. They'll probably
Oh,
rant at it in like in the comment section. Keebler elves, I think. Keebler,
Keebler Company.
Keebler. Right, but that's not the name of the cookie though. Ain't it
I
something
mean,
else?
well, Keebler is just a company, but they make a whole bunch of cookies. Are you
Keebler
thinking about the fudge striped ones?
chocolate.
'Cause those are the ones I used to have. All I know
Oh,
is
yo.
I looked up elves cookies.
Yo, honestly, bruh, there you go. Chips Deluxe. Chips Deluxe. Throwback. So I'm not talking about those like, pre-made in the tray hard cookies, right? Because you can't throw those in the microwave and it'll be the same as a bakery cookie,
Yeah.
right? Those aren't going to operate on the same level. However, I did just think about one that can compete with a warm bakery chocolate chip cookie, though, which is Girl Scout Thin Mints or Samoas. Either one of those are fire.
I've actually
Fire.
never had Girl Scout cookies.
What?
Well, first of all, everyone
I'm gonna
goes
need a new
off on
host.
Thin Mints. Everyone goes off on Thin Mints
Come
and how
on,
great they
bruh.
are. I like mint and chocolate.
What?
So every time this conversation or Thin Mints
No.
gets brought up, I just kind of silently nod
What are you
along
talking about?
and
Nah.
show happiness
Uh-uh.
for my friends.
That's unacceptable.
But they didn't have Girl Scouts in my neighborhood.
Damn, dude. You can get them online now. Like, nah, dude. Nah. The wall of entry is far too low for you to not have had a Girl Scout cookie at some point in your life now. People will buy a box and give you some if you ask. If you're like, yeah, I never had one. They'll be like, what? Take some of these overly priced cookies I just paid for. Come on, man. Nah, barrier to entry is far too low. That's not an excuse. That's unacceptable. I don't even know like what season they sell them. Like I know they sell them in spring, maybe in the fall. But again, you can just buy the damn things online, so there's no barrier here.